You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is up, and welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and I have to say that you guys want to stick around because we have a special guest. Yeah, the reason why we all are here, right? Of course. But yeah, it's going to be a tremendous show, so I guess get ready. It's about to happen. Anyway, guys, distractions. Like, I really need to work on the opening, right? That's kind of lame. Like, wow, I need to hire some writers or something. But anyway, distractions are an excellent test to your commitment. Do distractions overly distract you? If so, then you're probably looking for an excuse to be sidetracked. Distractions are only what you choose to make of them. If you ignore them completely, you risk losing touch with the outside world. Woe is me. If you let them consume and overwhelm you, then you can destroy your focus. When distractions come along, do observe them. Yeah, adjust for them and move past them. Keep in mind where you're headed. Remember why you chose to go there. If the distractions continue to seem overly enticing, perhaps you need a more compelling goal. Don't let the distractions consume you. Instead, let them point you towards what you really desire. When you authentically committed, and distractions have no power to distract you. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes store or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
All right, guys. Tonight's interview is the Santyna Interview. And again, I'm your host, Dini-Mussolini. And the reason why I kind of hesitated saying her name is because I think I said it wrong. Maybe Santyna. We'll find out. I bet you $20 right now, Cash App, that I said it wrong. Anyway, check it out, guys. You do not want to miss this interview we're about to take on with her. Maybe we'll discuss if she has ever experienced the highs and lows of success, failure, and support, or, being the lone wolf within the music industry. So you guys, you have to stay tuned and you'll find out. She's staying strong and independent. She's fighting in the revolution, the one that won't be televised, but probably on the internet via Facebook Live or Snapchat. It's just a joke. But she'll be fighting with music, the ultimate secret weapon. Yeah, everybody has a camera out these days, so you're liable to end up on somebody's feed. All right, so with that, guys, let's go ahead and welcome her to the show. Hey, Santyna, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. All right, so let's clear the air.
You lost the... You definitely said my name wrong.
Dang.
Yeah, it's Santyna.
Santyna. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I knew to say that, but it just came out Santyna.
It's okay. You know what? I forgive you. You're not the only one.
Okay. All right. So I'm not the... All right, not the only one. I can live with that.
Yeah.
All right, most definitely. So, yeah, welcome to the show. It's been quite a year. It's almost over. Are you feeling any kind of pressure these days?
Well, thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate you having me on tonight. And pressures. There is definitely some pressures going on right now, but I just released a project, so it's chilling out a little bit right now. I'm giving myself a little bit of time, but still, you always got to work.
Right. And how did you celebrate your release?
I had a little EP party, like a listening party, just with my closest friends and family members, just people that I keep really close to my heart.
Okay. Cool deal.
Yeah.
Cool deal. All right, so I could imagine that you've had one incredible journey, and the awesome thing for us is that you're here with us to tell us about this journey. And I really appreciate hearing like the backstories of authors, writers, singers, artists, entrepreneurs, and just interesting people in general when it comes to how they got started and where they are now in life. So let us in on the secret life of Santyna. What is that all about?
Well, the secret life of Santyna is about authenticity, I have to say. Apologize for that. It's about authenticity. I've gone through so much of my life believing that I have to be a certain way for people to like me or in order to fit in. And for so long, I never released music because I was scared that everyone would hate it. No. And then, honestly, it was when I stopped living in fear and I started meditating, being more mindful, searching for my inner truths, that I was able to actually heal from past traumas and live the authentic life of Santyna.
Yeah, okay. So that's an interesting thing, meditating. Do you still meditate, like the or is it more of a breathing and kind of get
I
lost
meditate every single morning. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I meditate.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, like it gets me through the day. It brings so much positivity and light. It's such a great way to start your morning. You know, it's rejuvenating, energizing. Tonight's a full moon, by the way, just FYI, if you didn't know that.
Say that one more time.
I said tonight's a full moon, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Oh no, I did not know that. Yeah.
No, I'm super spiritual,
okay.
so
yeah. I'm usually on top of things like that, but it's been a crazy week. You know, Christmas days and a lot of Christmas things.
No, I get that. I almost forgot myself.
Show up to that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, you're all into the moon phases and maybe numbers.
Yeah, I read like tarot cards.
Okay.
I would kind of say I'm an intuitive, but honestly, I think that's everyone has their own way of thinking about things, so I'm not going to push anything on anybody. But yeah, I definitely really love being spiritual and positive, and I think that light work is really important in this world.
Definitely. Keywords, light work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can
light
hang out.
work.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, right? No, that's what I was saying. Okay, so I was listening to the radio and I heard you were talking about all these amazing, wonderful things, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna talk. Like we're gonna have something to discuss here tonight.
Oh yeah, the rabbit hole goes deep. Yeah. That word intuition, though, I don't take it lightly, and kind of like you said, you know, everybody has their own perception of knowing what they know and how they know it, but only a certain, you know, class of people are really in tune with that intuition and really, you know, listen to that inner quiet voice that's telling them about something, whether it's through dream form or through inspiration from just life. I mean, you can watch even movies and kind of get the metaphoric meaning that's going on in your life at the same time, and provide insights into a lot of different things depending on what you're watching or what you're experiencing. But yeah, I love that word, intuition and light work. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mystic. So Santyna is a mystic.
Yeah, definitely a mystic.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe indigo.
That's actually a really good word to say, mystic. Mystic's been one of my one of the word of the days for me. I always like to have 3 word of the days, and mystic was one of the word of the days for me. So that's kind of interesting that you said that.
Oh, look at, we're in sync. What are the other 2 words?
Mm-hmm. The other 2 words, let me check my journal. I have it right beside me. It was rebirth and stillness.
Wow.
Yeah, I like powerful words, you know, especially with the full moon and rebirth. It's all about the goddess and beauty, rejuvenation, new starts, getting rid of anything that doesn't do anything for you, anything that brings negativity into your life.
Yeah, most definitely. I totally agree. Yeah, and with the moon, that's what I picture: calmness, stillness, you know, in a perfect night. And there's a starry sky and just a moon sitting there waiting to be meditated under.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
I always fall asleep during those periods, so that doesn't work for
me.
Really? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's honestly it takes time. It takes a lot of time, meditation. It's not easy to calm the mind, to quiet the mind, you know. To really listen to your inner truth.
Yeah, I'm a Gemini, so my mind is always racing, always, you know, creating, and it's kind of it's hard for me to sleep at night because it's, you know, it's too much busyness going on up there. But yeah, that's why meditating doesn't really work for me.
Well, I do natal chart reading, so if you want a reading, I'll send you a free one. And I'll tell you about all the other signs in your chart and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need one of those.
Yeah, because I honestly feel like your sun sign isn't enough. Like, just to be like, oh, I'm just a Gemini isn't enough. Because I'm a Virgo, but I'm also a creative. And they're like, and a lot of people say, oh, Virgos are like this, and they're clean freaks and blah, blah. And you know what? No, I'm a creative. I'm a mess. I am chaos, and I love it. And that's because my moon's in Cancer. So, you know, there are a lot of different things.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. Hook me up, homie.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So the album is out. What are you currently? Well, you said you're kind of relaxing now. But are you like thinking of something to come in the new year, or are you just gonna kind of ride this wave of the new album?
Honestly, I did already start working on my next project for 2020, and it happened by accident. It was because I was just, you know, sitting around, and I was a creative, and after a release, sometimes, you know, there are moments where there's really nothing to do after you've been go for so long. So, like, it was really nice to have that, but at the same time, I really wanted to get back into it because, you know, I'm making music for a reason, right? Like, I'm doing it because I love it, because it helps me. So I really can't stop right now, but,
right.
You know, a little bit of relaxation. I'm not going on it as hard as I was.
Okay, cool deal. So we have a lot of listeners who are beginners, and, you know, they kind of want to know the blueprints of how you should do certain things. So once your project comes out, like, how do you map out the, I guess you can call it the path or the run of the project? Like interviews, you know, you going out, hugging necks, shaking hands, kissing babies, performing. Yeah. So, what is your process once an album is out, and you know you have to lay brick by brick to, you know, set up a strong foundation?
Honestly, it starts long before the, like, album, EP, project, whatever, single, whatever it is, drops. Like, you're planning how you're going to market this thing long before it drops. I know a lot of people who do ride the wave, and if they don't have someone who's managing them, or they don't have anyone who's doing their PR, and they don't have any advertisers, they really have to sit down, buckle down, and do their research of how am I going to spread the word about my music. Yeah. Because if nobody's hearing your music, then nobody can show you how much they love it. You can't heal the souls you want to heal with your music if nobody's hearing your music. So learn how you can get it out there in front of as many ears as possible. And trust me, if it's good music, the people will hear you. You know, you're not going to have to push them. You don't have to force them. All you have to do is show them, let them decide, you know? So I think that would be my kind of take on it for anyone who's starting. Do your research beforehand. Have a marketing strategy put out. Know what you're going to put on social media. Make sure you have your website ready. Make sure people know where to contact you. You have all your links set up. You have your Twitter. You have your Facebook. You have all of your pages are all there if anyone needs to find information on you. You have to make sure everything is ready to go, because if people can't find you, the way that the mind works now, living in North America, it's that we forget about things like this. You know, we move on to the next thing. So really, yeah.
I mean, as you grow older, life becomes more busy, you know, and in our craft, there's always competition. There's always competition. You can't sleep for anything, or else, you know, you become yesterday's news, even on a minor scale. So going back to what you said, though, oh no, I just lost my train of thought. I just saw your album cover, and the first thing I think of is like From Dusk to Dawn, because that's kind of one of my favorite movies when it first came out, and then the TV show happened, and my whole fascination with snakes. And so VENIN, I just became fiscated on that word. So that's kind of a weird word. I mean, a lot of people think of venom and not venin. So why did you choose VENIN?
Well, venin means venom in French. I just really liked the sound of it. I thought it sounded cooler than venom, I guess.
Don't you have a big old brain on you?
Yeah.
Latin. Wow, okay.
But I do have a big old brain on me because if you look at the songs that are in my EP and you relate it to, like, my cover and some of the lyrics, you'll see it comes around full circle, and that there really is, like you'll see things like, for example, the name of one of my songs is Mississauga. I'm from a city called Mississauga, which is, like, on the west side of Toronto. and Massasauga are rattlesnakes that live in North America and could actually be found in Mississauga. So like for me, that's where I was born and raised. And then I found the snake, who like is something that I would feel like is my spirit animal. I can really relate to a lot of wisdom, ancient energy. Like I like to bring that forward. And then I also have the song Ecdysis, which Ecdysis means, it's the scientific word for a snake or any reptilian animal shedding their skin. So again, with the rebirth, right? It's just like this like everything talks about it. Even in my song High, which is the first song, there's a line in the song which is like about snakes, and it talks about different things about neurotoxins and just a lot of different things that relate back to the cover and to me just feeling so in tune with the spirit of the snake and being like the mother of snakes. Like when you look at the cover, like I'm not Medusa. I don't have snakes in. My snakes aren't hair, but they're in my hair. I'm their mother, you know. And that's just that. I'm really passionate about that.
Yeah. What about the negative aspect of a snake though that we tend to associate with, particularly in hip hop? You know, when you think of a snake, that's not such a great word or a great character to be. Have you had to deal with that? Yeah. Well, I mean, people have asked me, you know, and been like, oh, like, what do you mean snake? Like, are you talking about, like, you're a snake, you're disloyal? And that's not what it is. That's the funny thing. It's that they made being a snake into, like, being passive-aggressive. But that's not what it is. A snake is honest. A snake is like, bro, I'm a snake. Don't trust me, I'm a snake. You trust the snake, that's your fault. Like, that's just how I think about it. Because for me, it's like, that's not dishonesty. That's being honest to you and you making a decision about what you want to do about it. So for me, if it has anything to do with dishonesty, I don't agree with that. But not like, even with that out of the way, for me, the snake doesn't even symbolize anything to do with that. The snake symbolizes wisdom. It symbolizes, again, as I said, the ancient spirit. It symbolizes, like, the planet, knowledge, like, the very first creatures that were on the planet and just how time has gone on and what we need to do for the planet to make it work. Like, what's the next movement of consciousness that's going to come into this world to help people wake up and see what's happening. Right? That's what I see when I think of the snake. So when anyone asks me, that's what I tell them. Okay, cool deal. Yeah. But okay. So like at the end of VENIN, when it was released, everything was said and done. T's have been crossed, I's have been dotted. You kissed a couple of babies, hugged a couple of necks, hands have been shook. And how did you feel though on the inside as a person, as the real you? I'm not saying that you're a character or anything, but you know, the music has stopped, the sounds of the city have stopped. It's just you and your quiet space. How did the end of the project feel to you once everything was said and done?
Honestly, I just wanted to go to the next thing. Like it felt like a loss, kind of. Like, I know everyone else could hear my music now, but it felt like it was no longer just my project, and I needed something that was just mine again, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to create again. And honestly, the response to the EP has been absolutely amazing. But honestly, like, I got turned on to music because I suffer with mental illnesses such as persistent major depression, generalized anxiety, panic disorder, agoraphobia, PTSD, and music saved my life. And I don't mean that in a way where everyone's like, oh yeah, music saved my life. I mean literally, music saved my life, whether that was listening to another artist's soul music or creating my own. But nothing makes me feel as happy as creating my own music and being able to share that. So that's why I have to keep going and creating. And that's the reason why I'm on this planet right now. Like, I want to be able to heal people through my music, and I'm not going to stop just because it's out. Yeah. I need to keep going.
Yeah. But aren't you not afraid of being vulnerable with the world?
I was my whole life. And came to a point where it was life or death, that I had to make a decision. Like, am I going to be alive and live authentically or not? And that's what it is. That's why I've been upset my whole life. It's because I haven't been my true self. I haven't, as you said, there was no stillness. There was no quietness to think and reflect and be like, who is Santyna really? Like, what does she need? What do I need? You know, what am I here for? I never asked the questions. And if I did ask the questions, I asked the wrong people, because I should have been asking myself. Right?
Yeah. Most definitely.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, you got to be strong through that.
Yeah. And you're letting all of us in on that, you know, which is really cool in my book. A lot of people don't have that strength to be as vulnerable and open and say, hey, I dealt with these things, and this is for you.
Yeah.
It's brave.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very,
Thank
very
you.
brave. Yeah.
Thank
So, you know,
you.
I write scripts for the shows, and I kind of just tossed this one out the window. So forgive me. But
okay.
as you talk, you know, more interesting things were popping up, and yeah. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I like free flowing conversation. That's how I am too, and I like the way that you think as well. And I think that like the conversation's good. You know, like we're building on each other. I love it.
Definitely. Thanks. So, what is it about Toronto, Canada, exactly that keeps you, you know, there?
Well, as I said, like I was born in a city like on the west side of the Greater Toronto Area, and honestly, the Greater Toronto Area is full of so many remarkable and undiscovered talent and artists. Like, it's absolutely insane. And I think now we're really seeing some growth in R&B and hip hop in Toronto. I mean, like, it did start off like we had Justin Bieber, we had Drake, and then The Weeknd, Nav, Party Next Door, Roy Woods, many others that I'm sure I'm forgetting to mention right now, but that are also just as equally talented and amazing and wonderful and creative. And I really love that we're finally getting to come forward and be like, hey, like, we're here too, bro. Like, you know, like we don't just live in igloos out in Canada. Like, we don't. Like, this is a city. Like people are here. We're making music. There's energy. It's beautiful. You know, like that's how I feel about my city.
All right, cool deal. Because I thought you guys lived in igloos. I used to watch Medicine
I know.
Woman or
Polar
something.
Bear.
I think it was set in Canada. Yeah, and it was always raining. I was like, why is it always raining in Canada? It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe you were like, where were you?
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, yeah, I'm just joking. But yeah, there was one show, in fact, that it was always raining in Canada, and I was like, why? What's the point? Like, no sunshine? But yeah. So, but with the internet though, huh? I mean, I know that now, but as a kid, I was like, I'm never going there. Rain?
Yeah, feel that.
No.
I would probably.
Yeah. But with the, I mean, like with the internet though, location is not really that important. Like, how far have you seen your music reach?
All over the world, literally every single continent. It's everywhere. It's amazing. Honestly, I didn't expect it to grow as fast as it's growing right now, just because it's a debut project, and I don't really have much of a fan base right now. But my save rates I'm getting on Spotify and just the feedback I'm getting is amazing, and I feel so blessed about that. But I am. Yeah, I definitely feel blessed about that. But I do want to move to the States, though. Just like, I want to explore, I want to get to the heart of where music is popping the most right now, just because you can't ignore the fact that there's more opportunity there. And as an artist, I have to be smart, right? So I might be moving to this. Let's just say it's a little bit on the DL right now, but I may or may not be coming to the States in 2020.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular part of the region? East, west, south?
Maybe west. I don't know.
Okay, everybody goes to Cali. Okay, it's cool. Our studios are in Cali, so I understand that.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. Right in Studio City. Ironically, Studio City. But yeah, it's a very iconic town, right outside of LA, Burbank.
Cool. But I would be going there for school, and then everything else. Like, I just continue working on my music there as well.
Definitely. All right. And how is the connection established between yourself and your studio team? Are you involved in like the architecture of music when it comes to like, blending the sounds together, making sure this pitch is correct, or do you just leave that all up to the engineer and then come back once the magic has unfolded?
I'm so blessed with my team, honestly. My sound engineer is a dear friend of mine, and going to his studio, 808 Asylum, it's like going home for me. I mean, my whole team are like my family. They aren't afraid to share their opinions throughout like our sessions, and when we're going over the tracks afterwards, they know that I prefer honesty over anything else, good or bad, whatever it is. And honestly, I'm very, very involved with how the final product turns out. If you ask my sound engineer, he'll probably tell you that I am the biggest pain in his side, because I keep sending it back, and he's ready to pull his hair out, But I love it, and honestly, I just want my soul to be in every moment of every song I ever create. So I really want to be a part of it. I want to make sure I get that across.
Most definitely. All right. Shout out to the engineer team that's putting up with you.
Hey. Shout out.
All right. Yeah. So we talked about your catalyst into music, the thing that brought you to it because it saved your life. But what continues to fuel your creativity these days?
Well, yes. So as I said, like, my mental health was a big part of why I started working on my EP, VENIN. But I was also going through a really hard breakup when I was writing the last 2 songs of the EP. And I personally feel like those last 2 songs are the most powerful to me, just because I was like I could tell you right now, I was at the most difficult place in my life at that time. And that's really when that switch happened, when I went from being in my darkest place to starting to heal, and that's when that switch happened, is when I finally got to write that, like when I finally released the last song, Freestyle, and I honestly just felt free after it. Like, I felt like something had been released from my soul.
Most definitely. Okay. So let's talk about your record for a second. What's the story behind it, the inspiration?
So behind Ecdysis, yes, is the song with the title that means like a snake shedding its skin. So you'll see that throughout the song Ecdysis, there's a lot of references to like rebirth, changing. For example, if you look at like the beginning, middle, and end of the song, and you look at the lyrics, it starts off with, if you leave, I'll fade away. If you leave, I'll die today. And then the last one is, if you leave, I'll be okay. So it's just really like that growth that I really wanted to show in that song. And if I look back into my past and when I was growing up, I listened a lot to like TLC, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Rihanna, but I'd have to say Rihanna had the most influence on me when I was younger. Like, listening to Unfaithful was my jam. It made me feel so many things. It was magical. I was like, when I grow up, I want to make other people feel that kind of magic too. And I don't necessarily actually sing in the same style as these artists, though. I don't really know what style I sing in. I just sing,
Definitely. All right. So no vocal training, or you just natural?
No, a lot of vocal training, but I mean stylistically, I don't really think that I can compare myself to other artists myself. I feel like someone else is going to have to do that. But yeah, I don't think I could look at that myself. But I've been trained classically since a very young age. I even went to an arts high school where I majored in vocals. I've been performing since I could. I've been singing since I could speak, since I was 4 years old. It's just always been a part of my life.
Wow, 4 years old. I mean, when I was 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I was playing with Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I was doing that too, but you know, I was also yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I should have rethought my childhood there. I played with so many toys.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Being a child is good.
Work on it. Right, especially these days. Man, children are growing up way too fast.
Keep those childlike spirits around you. You need that.
Well, I don't know about nowadays. It's kind of, you can't be around a lot of kids these days.
What do you mean?
Nothing at all. We're going to skip. All right, so who is your favorite artist, and how have they inspired you to create?
Yo.
No, okay, check it out. So we are in a very creepy society. So sometimes that's how the world is viewing things. You know, let's say a Mr. Rogers figure. Oh, you're spending way too many time with kids. You know, that type of thing, because of you know, incidents that do happen with priests and young boys, and you know, so now society has a perception or perspective on. You get what I'm saying? It's messy, you know.
I understand where you're coming from, but like what I was trying to kind of say was like keeping people in your life who have like those childlike spirits, meaning that, you know, they find the positive side in things in life. They're playful, they're energetic, they bring light into situations and stuff.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. That was just a bad joke on my end. Like, I really need to hire
got it.
Like, dead ass.
Got it.
Writer. Yeah, I'm gonna post a thing on Indeed later. Write for my show, please. But
I'll apply. I'll apply for it.
All right, so who is your favorite artist, and how have they inspired you to create?
Well, okay. I'm never gonna be able to name one singular favorite artist ever, I don't think. There are so many different artists that have impacted me in so many different ways. And they taught me different things as well, you know, like for example, Janae Aiko taught me that you should freestyle as much as your soul desires and share that unedited spirit in your music. You shouldn't need to conform to, you need to have a hook, you need to have this kind of melody, and you need to have a chorus here, and here, and a bridge here, and no. You know, I love the free flowing sound that Janae has, and that really inspired me to go with my gut, and that's what helped me create Freestyle, which is what I think is the best song I've ever created. So that's just, that's how I feel about Janae. And then other people like Summer Walker. Summer Walker taught me that you can put out music even if you have a mental illness, as she suffers from social anxiety, and I see that, you know, she's still out there and she's doing her thing, and she's showing everybody that you can do it, you know, in the music business. You can put your mental health first in the music business, so long as you're just being your authentic self 100%. That's all that matters. And like other artists like Billie Eilish taught me that it's okay to be weird and be myself. Like, not everything has to be a front. Like, for a young gal, she knows a lot. Like, for anyone, she knows a lot. Just, she was one of the first ones that, well, I know Lady Gaga was also doing that as well, you know, being weird and, you know, having the monsters and coming out and being yourself. And I just really, really love that. Way more artists. Like, I could keep going on forever and ever, so I'm just gonna stop now.
Okay. So, in what way are you weird?
Oh my god. I'm weird.
I'm gonna get all Oprah-like on you, so yeah, tell me.
Like, I'm that friend that you don't want to take to public places. Like, that's me. I'm that friend that, like, will straight up in front of everyone be making weird faces and noises and saying super questionable things and not caring who's around, not caring who hears it, as long as I'm making my friends laugh and we're having a good time and we're joking around and we're being kind to each other. Like, that's what it is, you know?
Okay. I mean, what kind of noises? Like...
Oh my god! Yo, you're not gonna let this go, right? I don't know if I feel...
Yeah, because now I'm intrigued.
You know?
What kind of noises? I'm a people watcher, so, now I'm interested. What kind of noises?
So you would be... So if you saw me, like, at the subway or something, like you know, or at the bus stop, and I was like, you wouldn't be like, what the hell?
Nah, I mean, I like I would say something and kind of mimic your voice, like, look at me, or, you know, something weird thing,
like
something
you would
funny.
say something to a stranger and be like someone, like a random fucking stranger sitting beside you and going, meow, and you're gonna be like, meow. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like there was this guy standing in the line with I guess he was a soldier, but he had like a God Bless America with American flag on his shirt. And I was like, in my voice, I was like, yeah, look at me, I have an American shirt on today, patriot, you know, something like that, to go along with just how he was looking and standing in the moment. So yeah, I'd be like, meow, cat lady.
Meow. Yeah, cat lady. That's it. But like, that's essentially it. Like that's just one. Like, there's so many different noises. Like, there is a plethora of noises that have no anatomical frequency, you know, that makes sense in terms of anything. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's not normal. Okay. But
yeah. Thank you.
So. All right. Yeah. Be proud of that. Yeah. So, if money wasn't an object and you were able to put on the best show possible, like, what would we see? Like, what weird things would we see at a Santyna show?
Oh my god. Like, I don't... Is this appropriate to talk? I'm joking. No. But what weird things? I honestly don't know. Like, I can't think off the top of my head right now. Just because my songs don't really show that weird side, I guess. You know, like, it would have to be... Like, my songs show, like, the really emotional side of me, not really the side that has, let's just say, the most positivity in the world. You know, it shows the raw side, the painful side. So, if I'm being honest, you might not see the weirdest thing in the world while I'm performing, like, at that time. It's with the music that I currently have out right now, right? But who knows what'll happen in the future. Like, my energy is changing all the time, and you know, happier energy is entering my life, and you know, when happier energy comes out, then yeah, for sure, like, I'll do some cartwheels on the stage, this and that. Like, I don't mind. I'll do some weird stuff.
Dope. Any upcoming shows or live performances in the near future?
They are in the works right now, but I don't have any dates to tell you at the moment. But if anyone wants to know or wants to check that out, they can look at my IG or Twitter or anything. It's Santyna Music for everything. And that'll have all the updates on any kind of shows and stuff I'm performing at in the area. Like, I perform both in Toronto and New York the most. But I want to start going to LA as well and doing some performances there before I move out.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, I was stalking your IG earlier. I mean, researching. That's a better word. Researching. Yeah. So, yeah, very cool page. And, guys, I have those links in the description. So, if you want to connect, just click the link. All right. So, let's play some music. Ecdysis, is that right? I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Ecdysis. what she said. Yeah, because I'll
okay,
mess
so
it up
like
again.
Act,
you know,
act diss, like you're dissing someone, and then sis, like hey sis, you know.
Ex disses.
Ex sis. Like your ex diss, your ex is dissing your sis. Ex disses.
My tongue doesn't like that. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Better look next time. That's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't the bright fourth grader.
A mirror, and then we'll talk about it.
Back. Yeah. So here it is. Introduce the song again, because I can't say it. By Santyna. Go ahead.
So this is Exorcist by Santyna.
All right, here we go, guys. We'll be right back.
All right, enjoy.
All right, guys, and we are back. Yo, that is the type of sound that I absolutely fall in love with. Already added it to my personal Spotify playlist, and if you love this song, I encourage you to do the same. Even if you have an iTunes playlist. I mean, their shuffle sucks, but still, if that's your choice, hey, Who am I to judge you? But yeah, Spotify. I have it on my personal list there, and I'll share it with all my friends. Do the same. Sharing is caring. But yo, check it out. So I've been working on my pull-up game. When I say pull-up game, you know, it's like pulling up next to a woman at the red light. You know how they be looking all serious with a little smirk on her face. So, you know, say, hey, girl, let me come up on a number or something. I mean, that usually doesn't get one for me, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta be witty. Like, hey, I'm not a photographer, but I can picture me and you together. Hey. No? Okay. No number. And by this time, the light's finna change, so you yell out real quick. You know, there's only one thing that I want to change about you, and that's your last name. But you say, girl, let me come up on the number. And by that time, she's gone. So I'm still working on it, guys. Don't worry. It's something I will tackle. I am adamant about accomplishing this feat. So, yeah. More stories coming soon. But guys, do you ever have a bleak day when nothing seems to go right? Do you ever feel trapped in a life of, how could I say it? Mediocrity, okay? Are you ever overwhelmed by all the things you must do before you even think about the things you would like to do? Definitely me. When thoughts of gloom and frustration overcome you, stop. Just stop right there where you are. Take out a piece of paper or open your phone and pull out that notepad app or whatever. And then write 10 things for which you are thankful. Keep writing until you have at least 10. I mean, there has to be 10 things in your life. But once you've done that, your outlook will likely begin to change. Keep going and do one more thing. For each item you've listed, think of one specific action you can take immediately which will express your appreciation. Perhaps it is something you can do in return for someone else, or perhaps it is something which will make a better use of a blessing that you already have. Give power and vigor to the good things already in your life, and you'll bring more good things into your life. Fight the gloom and despair by energizing your own abundance. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the woman of the moment, Santyna. You're back with us. So we have a tradition that I like to call the hot seat, and that's where I ask you to perform something. Either you can freestyle rap or sing or do poetry, spoken word, even words of encouragement. But the choice is yours. So,
all right.
Yeah, turning the heat on right now.
I can sing like a snippet of my single that came from VENIN, which was Freestyle, which was released before Exorcist. I can do a little snippet of that if you guys want to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can I just start whenever?
Yep.
Okay. He's sweet, that's what I thought. He doing me no wrong. He never gives up. But how could I not know? How could I not see it coming? Point of no return. Mistake of false concern. Know that you were everything I ever wanted. That's why it stings. Anyway, I say thank you for leaving me, for loving me. I'm better off now. I'm stronger now. I'm better off now. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So, let all of our listeners know. Oh, yeah, thank you. Let them all know one more time where they can connect with you online.
Yeah, for sure. So you can connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anything. All you have to do is type Santyna Music. So Santyna spelled with a Y, not an I. So yes, at Santyna Music. Or if you want to check out my EP, you can go to smarturl.it/VENIN.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you so much for being our guest tonight. You're absolutely wonderful. Your music is dope, and I'm looking forward to more things in your future.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Most definitely. Have a wonderful night.
You too. All right. Bye now. Nice talking to you.
Bye.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.